Assalamu alaikum, everybody. Uh, welcome to my presentation day, biography tool in history class. I'm very blessed that I got a platform like Nurul Huda who gave a chance to present me on this platform. And it's not a learning for me, but for others as well. Because while doing research work, I learned a lot and I want to transfer my knowledge to my colleagues so that they can gain benefit and transfer to the student and do a lot of more work on it. So before going to start, I just want to ask a simple question. What is biography? Biography bio means life, and graphy means study. Okay, so today's my topic is biography tool in history class. So when we hear this word history class, sometimes as an adult we feel bored if you are not in a good mood, or sometimes most of the student ask me this question: why do we learn history, maths? What's the use of this? So I always tell them that until and unless you will not keep your until and unless you will not keep your mistakes in front of you, you will not get success. And for every nation, history is very important. ये हमारे लिए एक बहुत कौमी असासा है. So this is a slight background of my topic. Why did I choose biography tool in history class? Because usually we want some innovation, new ideas to teach students, because there are so many ways. Now this is an era of activity based learning, or hands-on experiment and conceptual learning. So we can't deliver the lecture. अगर हम खुद भी अपनी बच्चों को अपनी जगह रख के सोचें, तो it's very difficult to sit and learn a lecture for a long time. So before going to officially start, I will introduce myself. I have a 13 years of teaching experience from renowned school, Masters in International Relations, B.Ed from Allama Iqbal University, ISEL from Cambridge University via SPELT, done facilitation course from Nurul Huda, Cambridge certified teachers of O levels, expertise in history and geography. I have already done TUT from Teacher Development Center by Abbas Hussain. So it was a learning experience for me. Now, come to the topic. What is biography? Anyone can say anything about this? A simple definition. Because we use biography in different subjects. For about telling about scientists, about geologists, botanists, so many subjects we can use, and we use this method, especially in history, literature as well. So, biography. A biography is a non-fiction written or narrative or a history account. Biography is non-fiction written narrative or history account. It is not a verbal. It's not a verbal account. It's already we get in a written format. It tells about people and describe events that really happened. It tells about the people and events not only done in the past, but still we can get awareness by using biography by the updated current events. So it's a writing, non-fiction, career in biography. There are a lot of terms we can use. Obviously, it includes relationship, life, career, non-fiction, private areas, story, education, or documentation, literature, life story. So overall, we can use some points for history, some points for uh, literature, English literature especially as well. Now, how can we link biography to history? A biography tool for a biography tool for teaching history is a resource that help educators incorporate biographical information and stories of historical figures into their teaching curriculum. It's a resource that help educators incorporate biographical information to update it their students. For example, right now, as we are in schools, we are preparing for Independence Day. So we have given a role to student of Fatma Jinnah. So she feel embarrassed. Miss, I don't want to be Fatma Jinnah. I asked why. Miss, now she is too much old. So I replied, because of these leaders, you are here. Actors are like a shining stars. They can come and go. So, but these are the personalities which we have learned, you will learn, and it's in future we will learn about these. Like Qaeda Azam, Abdul Sattar Edi, uh, Fatma Jinnah, Mother Teresa, Dr. Abdul Qadir Khan, Irfa Karim, and so many. Not only in national heroes, there are some international like Gandhi ji and Abraham Lincoln, and so many. Even you can use biography to learn about the person who are still alive, like Obama, Bill Gates. So many people are there who are still we can get information using this tool. Now, up till now हम बार बार एक ही बात करें. What is biography? What is biography? So, biography is, हमने definition तो पढ़ ली कि it's a non-fiction written on narrative account. But to write biography, what do we need? The most important things are, there are so many things we can add, but the most important things are birth date, birthplace, family members, childhood, education, hobbies, career, marriage, family, and other significant events. So in biography, you can add different points. For example, if I take an example of Abraham Lincoln, so not necessary if I in every resource I got about a birthplace, birth date we got it, family members, childhood we know about it, education, hobbies, career, etc. Marriage, family, and significant events what of their lives due to which they got success. So these are the main components of biography which help us to develop a booklet. जब हम फॉर एग्जाम्पल अगर मैं किसी इफ यू गिव योर स्टूडेंट book documentation. I'm talking about primary, secondary level. You give some documents and you write these things. And when they will learn about, when they will find about these things, they, their a structure will be in, a structure will be ready, which is not only easy to understand for students, but as well as for you to assess how they got it. I want to share an experience here. Few days back, I was teaching my students about Shah Waliullah. When I gave them a document and these points, they prepared important things like birth, place, family member, about the father, education, childhood, and what was his career and significant event. So I didn't use the lecture method. I just handed over the document and write down these points on the whiteboard. And they did this. And everyone came with different document. So in this way, yes, in the meanwhile, I helped them when they were feeling they got stuck somewhere or they were feeling that they are unable to write. I supported as a facilitator, but I didn't give a lecture on Shawaliullah of 45 minutes. In the end, they shared with me, they discussed with the whole class, and at that time, I gave a review. So, in this way, my task was easy and it was uh, enjoyable for a student as well because they didn't like lecture. Now, next thing is how to present biography. Before start telling how to present biography, for example, for in grade 5, if I tell them, if I give a topic for primary level to write a biography about Abdul Sattar Edi, so you can give a picture and some bullet points. So in what will they do? They will give you illustration and some important points like where was he born and what did he do and why was he famous? Because not only the young youth, but still uh, children are still aware of Abdul Sattar FD because of their ambulance service, because of their different their different organizations uh, which they have opened in the vast area of Pakistan and all around the world. So biography is not only in illustration and paragraph form. It is in captions, it is in timelines, it is in a sidebar or textbook. For high level, they will use this method like. So these are just 3 to 4 examples. There are so many ways to present biography. Like timeline, it's very good method to teach history by using biography. We can make a timelines. Even for explaining an event, we can use timelines. So it's a very easy component. Now, practical implementation of biography in classroom. As I have just told you that when you will give a topic to the in your classroom, you need to check that after what's your session objectives and at the end of the class What point should be included in your student's biography? For example, this is a student, he's writing a biography about he's writing a biography on, for example, the terrorists attacked 9/11. So he will write things, so things she has seen, phases of the life, what the life means, lessons learned, success and highlights, family background and culture, tributes to people you have known. So after giving a topic and explaining them, you will show that what to include in your biography. You can tell them that what things you have seen, what phases of life life you have seen from their perspective, from that documentation perspective, what what did their life mean, those who sacrificed in that, what lessons you have learned, what were the success and highlights, family background and culture, tribute to people you have known. Because 9/11 is a very important and uh, crucial topic in history. So there are a lot of material on that, and there are a lot of personality is included in it. So you need to be very careful. Choose a topic, write these points on board to make them assure that these bullets or these points are important to for writing a biography, and their uh, their assignment must include all these points. So I hope you all get it. Again, I am telling that if you use it properly, not only the students will get bored, but you will also enjoy teaching, because there are so many ways to introduce biography in a classroom. This is just one method. Now, come to the another point. What are the strengths? मतलब हमें फायदा क्या हो? Why we are using this tool? Strength of using biographic tool. First of all, the first thing is that it makes personal connection. When a student biographies provide students with real life stories of individuals who have overcome challenges, achieved success, and made significant contribution to society. So whenever if you are reading some reading about any um, parts personality, you will automatically get inspired और हमारा उनसे connection build हो जाता. There are so many writers, for example, those who have written history, or not only written history, like for example, if we are reading Shakespeare, तो जब हम biographies पढ़ते हैं तो उनकी life, उनके personal achievement के साथ साथ हम उनकी challenges भी होते हैं. इसी तरह अगर आप for example, if you are writing about Mother Teresa, तो आप automatically you will get inspired and motivated, and you will feel a personal connection with them. Once your personal connection is built, then come automatically motivation and inspiration come. Biographies often portray individuals' struggle, perseverance, and achievement. They can serve powerful motivational tool, encouraging students to pursue their goal, work hard, and overcome obstacles. Because why they are getting inspired? Because biographies often portray individual struggles. So it creates motivation among the student, encourage them to serve their society, work hard, not only serve their society, but work for them, for their family, for their future. Think about the nation. Think about the country. So they get inspiration, motivation, and they know how to overcome the obstacles. Third thing is critical thinking and analysis. Studying biographies encourage critical thinking. Obviously, when we are reading biography of Mother Teresa, obviously there are so many questions come in my mind, and I will think and analyze why did she do this? What was the reason? So it starts thinking process automatically, and once thinking process start automatically, then we go to the critical thinking. So that's a positive point, because unfortunately we don't teach our students to teach critically. हम उनको थिंक तो क्रिटिकल थिंक तो बहुत दूर की बात है, थिंकिंग में हम उनको उतनी अच्छी नहीं सिखा पाते. So the if we make base from the beginning, automatically give us small things to think from the primary level to secondary level till university level, they will be able to do it. Because unfortunately, if you do the survey, where there are so many students who are not a critical thinker, who are only copy paste. They don't focus on research. They just use the tools which are easy for them, and they just submit the assignment. So it creates critical thinking. Cultural and historical context. Biographies offer insight into different cultures, historical periods, and social contexts. Through these stories, a student can gain a broader perspective or world events, societies, and the interconnectedness of human experience. Obviously, it's not confined to our culture. We go to the culture of Egypt, we go get the deeper understanding of Egyptian culture, Chinese culture. So obviously, they gain a broader knowledge that, for example, like China. Once upon a time, China was not like a famous or super country. Now, super or number one. But now they are super one. At that time, Chinese people were like a people who were who only took a fee and drugs, and they didn't do any working. But after the revolution and after a lot of efforts, you can see that where the China is today. So we can we can build connection, we can give examples, we can make uh, different connectivities. Next, assessment and progress tracking. For example, just right now, I have given example of Shawalula. You can use as an assessment and progress tracking data. What's their, where are their thinking process going on, and how much do they think, and what is their progress going on. You can see the features. You can use this for progress. It allows teachers to track students' progress and comprehension of historical material presented in the biographies. So we all not only we see the we see a research work or book research work, but we can see their own research work as well. We can give them a topic, and we can assess them. Now, although one point which I want to say, that it creates empathy, It creates feeling of love among themselves, because when they learn about these things, they automatically empathy is created, and they know how to help others, how to understand the others feeling. So they will be a good problem solver if we use this tool in a proper way. Another important strength is that they their language is improved, their knowledge is improved. So automatically they will use different vocabulary, because you know that in history the usage of vocabulary is different for different topics. Like war, we don't say fight, we say war. Alliances. So these are the terminologies. No, but there are some areas where we don't need to use biography, or we must be careful to use biography. Don't use biography when you are writing on a topic which have a little limited scope of events. Biography tends to concentrate on personal life experience of the subject rather than providing a comprehensive overview of historical events or trends. Sometimes it tends to concentrate on personal life and experience of object rather than the complete event. So when you are using this tool on a topic which don't give you a comprehensive overview of that event, so please don't use this one. Reliability and accuracy. Don't use biography when you are using on a topic, or you decided to use on a topic which has written after which has written after a long time, because at that time the accuracy of biography can be questionable, especially when they are written after the long time when the event took place, or really unreliable source. Because for giving the topic or giving the material, we have to see the um, resource, that either it's unreliable or reliable, or it's just because of the subjects, because of the subject it's exaggerated. Maybe sometimes that event or that person life is exaggerated and misinterpreted. So don't use when until and unless you got it from reliable source, or for the person uh, for whom it has written after or for the person on which the account or material is written, or documentation is written after a long time. Limited access to private life. Don't use biography, because sometimes some historical figures might have hidden private life which they don't want to share, that were not well documented, or were intentionally kept hidden. So some historical figures don't want to uh, share their lives, and so in this way the biography was not well documented, or were intentionally kept hidden. Biography may have access to all relevant source to reveal a complete picture. So it's important for a for using biography tool, that you have by access to all relevant sources to reveal a complete picture. You can't use this limited scope to a private life जिनका complete access ही no. अच्छा, cultural and linguistic barriers. Biographies of historical figures from different cultures or time period. There are Be careful while choosing the topic for teaching history using biographic tools, because sometimes historical figures from different culture may be translated, misinterpreted, or adapted. um, Misinterpreted or adopted in a wrong way. So, biography of historical figures from different cultures or time period may be translated, interpreted, or adopted to suit the audience, potentially leading to misunderstanding or mispresentation. That's why I already told you earlier, don't use don't use this when there is some culture or language linguistic barrier, because at that time it will create uh, ethnicity issue, and it will create biases. So be careful. For example, War of Independence. For us, it's a mutant. For us, it's a War of Independence. For Muslims, oh sorry, for British, it's mutiny. So while taking these topics, be careful and try to avoid the using cultural and linguistic barriers, raising these barriers. But in spite of these shortcomings, you can see the learners, you can see this picture, that how they are happy and feeling cheerful because they have done the hands-on experience. They are happy, delighted because they they have done research. The teacher has played as a facilitator role. So she is listening to the students' experience, what they have learned. So, despite these limitations, biographies can still be valuable historical source when used conjunction with other primary and secondary sources. They can provide personal insight, personal perspective, insight into individual, personal perspective, insight into individual experience, and a human element, because it is used in conjunction with not only primary and secondary resources, but different personal perspective and different individuals' experience and human element. All these are the members, and they were given a one topic. So obviously, they come up with different ideas with different documentation by using this biography tool. So they will got a broader perspective of this tool. I hope you like presentation. Thank you for watching me. So inshallah, in future I will share presentations on related to history using different tools. Jazakallah.